Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A funeral service was held in Weatherly yesterday for the murdered 13-year-old from Drums, Jacob Delgadio. Luzerne County Children, Youth, and Family Services made the arrangements and kept the information private to protect the identity of his siblings. Many Luzerne County officials and first responders attended the funeral and honored Jacob with a salute. The Flying Aces Motorcycle Club and Bikers Against Abuse paid their respects after finding out Jacob loved motorcycles. Cesar Delgadio, the boy's adopted father, has been charged with criminal homicide, child endangerment, tampering with evidence, and obstruction as a result of Jacob's death on August 4th. Virginia Delgadio, his adoptive mother, has also been charged with child endangerment, corruption of minors, and tampering with evidence. They are being held in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility without bail. The Wilkes-Barre Police Department is seeking information on a missing endangered person. Stephen Callahan is 45 years old, 5 foot 10 inches tall, 135 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you know any information or where Callahan is located, please contact Detective Stash from the Wilkes-Barre County Police Department at 570-208-0911 or call 911. A partial settlement has been reached in the wrongful death case of a Hazleton convenience store clerk murdered in 2020. Ashakumar Patel was an employee working at Craig's Food Mart in Hazleton when he was shot in the neck during a robbery on December 12, 2020. Jafet de Jesus Rodriguez was charged for the murder and robbery of $14,000. He was sentenced to life in prison last month. Patel's estate agreed to settle with some of the defendants for the amount of $3.8 million. They allege that the store owner and skill game machine operators put profits over safety. The remaining defendants are scheduled to go to trial in Philadelphia November 3rd. A new COVID-19 variant called Stratus is gaining ground across the country, including Pennsylvania. The CDC says it's now the third most common strain, making up at least 14% of cases nationwide. Stratus shares symptoms with other Omicron variants, but may also cause hoarseness, a possible new symptom. Health officials say the possible new symptom could help distinguish it from earlier strains. First detected in Southeast Asia in January, Stratus showed up in the United States in May. It was labeled a variant under monitoring by the World Health Organization in June. CDC models do show infection rates rising in 40 states, including Pennsylvania, but wastewater data shows virus levels still remain low in our area. A warning tonight for residents across the WYLN viewing area. Local officials are urging people to be cautious of phone scams involving law enforcement and emergency services. Several communities have reported suspicious calls asking for donations on behalf of local fire departments or police. These callers may appear legitimate, with caller IDs showing town names or local numbers. Officials urge residents not to answer unknown numbers, and, if they do, to never provide personal information or say yes to any questions. If you're unsure about a call, reach out directly to your local police or fire department to verify. The Luzerne County Council voted 7-4 on Tuesday to award a new 4-year contract to County Manager Emilda Crocomo. The contract starts on January 1, 2026, and includes a 3.8% raise to $181,501. There will be an additional 2.5% raise each year if evaluation metrics are met. Her original 2023 agreement did not have a term expiration date or include severance pay. Now, she will be entitled to a year of pay and medical benefits if fired without cause. The 4 council members that voted against say they do not object to Crocomo as county manager, they just object to the contract itself for violating the Home Rule Charter. Coming up on WYLN News, a band was removed from Rockin' the River's lineup, but now the show is back on. Plus, opening ceremonies start off the Little League World Series in Williamsport. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton's emergency room team. Your experts in any emergency. When emergencies happen, minutes and expertise count. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now part of Jefferson Health.
Hi, my name is Victoria and I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be stormy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Back to WYLN News. The Pennsylvania State Police will be conducting a sobriety checkpoint this weekend in the Bloomsburg Station Patrol area, which includes townships and boroughs within Columbia County. The checkpoint will be in support of the Pennsylvania State Police Selective Traffic Enforcement Against Drunk Driving Initiative, also known as STED-D. It is designed to effect a reduction of alcohol-related traffic crashes through the use of sobriety checkpoints on a regular basis. The band Low Cut Connie's frontman Adam Wiener will be performing a free concert in downtown Wilkes-Barre next month. The show is set for Saturday, September 6th at 6 p.m. on Public Square, hosted by the nonprofit group In This Together NEPA. Low Cut Connie was originally scheduled to headline the July 25th Rock in the River concert, but was replaced. The change sparked controversy after Wiener claimed the band was dropped for political reasons. Organizers say the September performance will be a family-friendly event focused on unity and inclusion. Attendees are encouraged to bring lawn chairs for the outdoor event. The last show of the Rockin' the Mountain Summer Concert Series at City View Park, 700 South Poplar Street in Hazleton, is this Friday. The gates will open at 5 p.m. and the show will start at 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. There is free parking and entry. This week's headliner is El Peluche Típico with opening act Aloha Orchestra. There will be adult beverages for sale which benefit local firefighters and also various food trucks. It is recommended to bring camping chairs or picnic blankets. The Little League World Series started off on Wednesday, August 13th. The current World Series is set to continue for the next 11 days, featuring a warm welcome for the teams involved in the series. The teams will be honored by the Parade of Champions. The series will play off with 38 games from Wednesday, August 13th to Sunday, August 24th. The Little League World Series is at the Little League Volunteer Stadium, 539 Montgomery Pike, South Williamsport. Admission is free with all seating open. The local PA District 12 leaguers will be honored in the opening ceremony. Motorists traveling on Main Avenue and Green Ridge Street in Scranton should be alert to potential delays due to steel girder deliveries as part of the Green Ridge Street Bridge project. Deliveries will begin this Friday, August 15th through Friday, August 22nd, excluding the weekend. When encountering a work zone, please drive the posted speed limit, turn on headlights, pay close attention to signs and flaggers, and avoid all distractions. In high-traffic locations, motorists are encouraged to use both lanes of travel to the merge point and take turns merging into the open lane. For more information on major roadways, visit 511pa.com. Coming up on Williams Sports News Choice, we learn more about anti-gravity treadmills on this week's Wellness Wednesday. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Part 3 of Danville. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on Wyln Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Wyln programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Attention, Wyln viewers, Wyln TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. Wyln, we're your local network.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and today we are at our beautiful Station Circles site here in Humboldt, and I am in the vast, I must say, beautiful therapy room here. But one thing that really intrigues me in this therapy room is this device that Christina and I are standing next to. Christina is a doctor of physical therapy, and she is going to tell us a little bit about what she does as a doctor of physical therapy, and we're also going to talk about this really interesting thing.
So as a doctor of physical therapy, we work here in the outpatient setting to evaluate and treat patients with various conditions.
Okay, so this machine right here, what is it for? Who benefits from it? Tell us more.
The anti-gravity treadmill here is a treadmill that basically lifts you up and helps to off-weight your body weight to allow you to walk and to move better.
So who qualifies to use this? Like, I mean, everybody who wants to get physical or needs to get physical therapy, I should say. And once again, if someone needs physical therapy, they would need a referral, correct? From their physician?
Ultimately, to come to physical therapy, you do need a referral from a physician or your primary care doctor. The evaluating therapist will treat and evaluate you on that first day to see if you are someone who would qualify to be in the anti-gravity treadmill.
Okay, so what's the scenario that I need to be in here?
Sure. There are patients who have had surgery who are not able to put full weight through their body or through a body part, a leg, that will allow them to off weight and be able to still walk and move and participate in therapy even under restrictions. And also people with chronic pain or a lot of pain while they're moving. This allows them to off weight their body and to still be able to move in good patterns.
So tell me how successful this has been using this.
We've had this machine for a few years now, and it's really helped to progress our patients a little bit quicker because we can allow them to move and do exercise in here in other situations where they would not be able to do that without eliminating gravity.
That's awesome. So is this one of our only sites that has this anti-gravity?
Up here in the Hazleton area, I do believe we are the only office that has the anti-gravity treadmill here.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, we're going to show you exactly how it works. We're going to have Trevor come over, and he's actually going to get in this and kind of show us what it's all about.
Sounds great.
Now just let her do everything, Trevor, because you're the patient, so you really don't know how this works, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You feel lighter? Oh my God, yeah. So much lighter. You start floating. This is going viral. You will. Up in the sea of the Vito, what's the normal?
I mean, we can supervise over there.
How about just walk over like a check on his progress?
So this is really interesting. Tell us what he's experiencing and what it actually does to that weight.
So the treadmill is really interesting because you can take up to 80% of your weight away while you're walking, running, doing simple exercises in here, which can help to put less stress through the joints and help to alleviate pain while still moving.
Wow, I could see that. Like it's, you know, really beneficial for our patients. Trevor, thank you for being so kind to show us how this works. Any final things you'd like to educate our community on about this?
Yeah, we've been using this for the last couple of years, and we've had a lot of patients express their gratitude and how nice it is to be in a machine, to still be able to move and do exercise, even while having some pain that restricts them.
Awesome. Well, Christina, thank you so much, and you too, Trevor. And thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about spinal decompression, where you gently traction the spine to take pressure off of the disc. It has saved people's lives. Literally, they were going to commit suicide. So watch the show, see how traction could help you.
Cooking rice just isn't nice. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch. 1 adds the white cup for rice, 2, add the blue cup for water. 3, click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it. The secret is Perfect Cook technology that surrounds the rice with controlled heat for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve. It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed. And rice is just the beginning. Make mac and cheese, frittatas, oatmeals, soups and stews, even ramen dishes. And with a ceramic, ultra non-stick interior, cleanup's a breeze.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system with the steamer tray and 1-2-3 recipe guide, all for just $39.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'll even ship your entire order free. Order now.
1-800-640-8545.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Hi, my name is Victoria and I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be stormy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Danville will get its own library in 1886 thanks to the generosity of Thomas Beaver. Beaver, who had been born in New Berlin, Union County in 1814, had become a prominent merchant in Philadelphia. He had purchased the Danville Iron and Steel Works in 1859 and had made a fortune operating it. He was thus attentive when Danville's Mahoning Presbyterian Church announced they wished to add a reading room to the church. Beaver convinced them an entirely new building would be even better. He chose land for the new library, which would also be home to the Danville YMCA, at the corner of East Market and Ferry Streets. A large crowd gathered on the 4th of July, 1886 to see the library's cornerstone laid. Beaver himself would donate 6,000 books to the library's collection and gave $100,000 for a trust fund. It was specified that the library's trustees had to be from each church in town. What would be named the Thomas Beaver Free Library opened in a grand ceremony on August 29, 1888. It was preceded by the ringing of every bell and whistle in town, and a grand parade, speeches, and music were also part of the opening festivities. Within an hour, 1,000 people had already gone through the new library. Thomas Beaver died in 1891, but lived to see his nephew, James A. Beaver, be elected as Pennsylvania's 20th governor. In his will, Thomas left the library an additional $5,000 in funds. Across the Susquehanna in the town of Riverside, there lived in the latter decades of the 19th century one Dr. Abraham DeWitt. Born in Northumberland County, he had originally trained to be a teacher, but found medicine to be more his calling in the end. Upon the outbreak of the Civil War, DeWitt had enlisted with the 54th Pennsylvania Volunteers as an assistant surgeon. He would also serve in this capacity with the 2nd Pennsylvania Heavy Artillery before the war's end. DeWitt at first practiced medicine in Snydertown, Northumberland County, before coming to Riverside in 1878. For many years thereafter, he ran DeWitt's drugstore at the corner of Sunbury Road and Avenue H. Then, in 1896, Dr. DeWitt decided he wanted to enter the amusement park business. To that end, he purchased 28 acres of land from the Van Nostrand family on Avenue E and quickly built a large pavilion and dining hall. DeWitt's Park, as it was soon known, quickly became a success in the Danville area and beyond, attracting thousands of guests for business meetings and family reunions, with over 20,000 guests believed to attend the annual Farmers Tri-County Picnic there on at least one occasion. Dr. DeWitt soon added more attractions to his park: a baseball diamond, tennis courts, a shooting range, a movie theater, biking paths, stables for horses, carnival booths, walking trails, and a carousel all grace the grounds at one point or another. Bands also perform regularly at DeWitt's Park, with Fred Waring being just one of the big names to grace its grounds. The death of Dr. Abraham DeWitt in July 1915 spelled the beginning of the end for his park, and the rise of automobile services would finish it off soon afterwards. Today, the site of DeWitt's Park is covered by a large grove of trees, although locals say some concrete remains of the old park can still be seen in the woods. At the turn of the 20th century, Danville, like many towns across the nation, was serviced by trolleys. Several trolley lines, including the Danville and Bloomsburg and Danville and Sunbury lines, ran between the communities in question on regular intervals. The first Danville and Bloomsburg trolley departed down the rails from Bloomsburg at 8 p.m. on October 3, 1904, reaching Danville 3 hours later. The line entered Danville and Bloom Street, then moved to A Street underneath the tracks of the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad, and further to Walnut Street and Mill Street, where it had to stop due to a court order by the nearby Delaware, Lackawanna and Western Railroad, which forbid the trolleys from crossing its tracks. Passengers at that point thus disembarked, crossed the railroad tracks on foot, and boarded another trolley to continue their journey. The Danville and Sunbury trolleys moved south over a bridge reaching across the Susquehanna to Riverside, where it would stop at DeWitt's Park during the park's heyday. The line also extended north to take tourists to Riverside Park near Milton. Trolley service in Danville would continue until March 2, 1926, when the trolleys would be replaced by buses. The winter of 1904 was a particularly cold one along the Susquehanna, and the river froze almost all the way through. Warmer temperatures would cause several floods over the winter, leaving houses damaged and ice-covered buildings. Spectators would come by train to see the damage, and vendors sold merchandise based off the flooding. But things were deadly serious on March 9th, when the river's ice jam broke and floodwater surged downstream. Every bridge in the Danville area was washed away, and the town was left under a foot of water, without electricity or running water. The river reached an all-time high of 29 feet, and once the flood receded, it left 3 inches of mud behind. It took months to rebuild the town's bridges, and ice flows could still be seen in the Susquehanna as late as July of that year. One of the early iron mill barons in Danville had been John Grove Sr., who had run the Grove Brothers iron furnace. In 1867, he would build an elaborate 44-room Italianate mansion outside Danville for his sons John Jr. and George. Grove's Castle, as it was called, also featured barns, greenhouses, and gazebos on 187 acres of land. The mansion eventually passed to John's granddaughter, Caroline Grove Bennett, who ran a florist operation on the grounds until her death in 1902. Her widower, John Bennett, improved the estate with electricity and a 9-hole golf course. Ice harvesting also took place at Grove's Castle. In 1917, 12 years after John's death, his second wife, Ellen, who rarely used the estate by this point, sold it for $40,000 to the local Sisters of St. Cyril and Methodist. The order moved into the estate, which they renamed Villa Sacred Heart. The Slovak Girls Academy High School opened on the grounds in 1922. An improved school building opened in 1931. It changed its name to St. Cyril's Academy in 1955 and closed in 1999. A chapel was built in 1939 and an upgrade to a basilica in 1989. Villa Sacred Heart remains an active convent today.
Hi, my name is Victoria and I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be stormy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.